How much has the government given the state in terms of actual help?
You see, the Prime Minister is very prompt in giving me an initial assistance of 1,000 crores. And the UPA chairperson, Mrs. Gandhi, she is also very concerned. All the central government ministers are in touch with me. All their programs which are for the benefit of the state and the people, I am getting it. And we are having our own assessment of the loss which my infrastructure has taken.
What is that loss?
I think we'll be able to get an exact picture in another 10 days' time, because we have asked all the departments. The road connectivities are snapped, people not being able to move, the loss to the power, to the telecom sector, to my state highways, roads, bridges, all this. I think it's going to several thousand crores.
17,000 crores.
Several thousand. Maybe several thousand crores.
Do you expect some kind of compensation to be given by the government?
No, the World Bank team came here, the Asian Development Bank came here, the Ministry of Finance is the nodal authority. Now we are a special status state. We get 90% grant from the government of India on all the loans.
Okay.
So the Asian Development Bank and the World Bank have had a meeting with us. They are going to even set up an office here, and they'll also give us technical advice. And fund will be no problem. Funding will be no problem. People are the government of India and the other agencies, they have extended their arm of help to us, and I think funding will be no problem. But as I have told you, now the infrastructure has to be planned to keep in mind the Uttarakhand which will be 100 years hence.
You know, illegal mining has been a bone of contention for states like Goa, Karnataka, Orissa.
Yeah. I don't know why people are raising this issue in Uttarakhand.
Yeah, I know. My question is, what is the status here?
No, I am extremely obliged to you that you are raising these questions. You see, first of all, there is no private mining in the state of Uttarakhand. The entire mining is done by the Forest Corporation, by the Tourism Corporation of Garhwal, and by the Tourism Corporation of Kumaon. These are all public sectors. You'll be surprised, there is no mechanical mining in my state. It is not allowed. You can't use any machine for mining. All that is allowed is by hand picking the rubble which comes into the river.
Okay.
And this hand picking of rubble you cannot term it exactly as mining. We call it in Hindi chugan. Just lifting the pebble. And you can't lift even rocks. You can't use any machines. Now, this is what the policy is. And this is what the rules are. Now, if somebody is doing some illegal mining, it is doing in a very negligible manner. You see, I'm not saying there's no illegal mining. But of what scale and of what nature? When you can't use a machine.
Sure.
If something is being done in a fraudulent manner, in connivance or collusion with the local administration, that doesn't have the government protection. And in fact, every day we are raiding. Even 3 days before, there were raids taking place. But by not allowing me to use machines in the rivers, what is happening is that when this rubble is coming, the rocks are coming, they are changing the course of the river.
Yeah.
And the river bed is increasing.
Yeah.
When the river bed is increasing, the water is flowing into the valleys. It is flowing into the cities of Haridwar, Udham Singh Nagar. And as a result of that, there is a damage to the crop. There is a damage to the fields. We have to stop this devastation by floods. And how do we do that? It's only by a scientific mining and to ensure that the river beds are cleaned. And to that, I will approach the central government and we will present our case. It will be selective. We don't want to exploit the entire river, but we want to at least ensure that the river maintains to its course.
Absolutely. Narendra Modi claims to have come here and rescued 15,000 Gujaratis, outrageous as that might sound. I want your view of really what transpired here.
You see, people from many states got stranded. And all the chief ministers were concerned about the safety of their people. First of all, we are all Indians. You can't divide us into Gujaratis or Marwadis or Bengalis. The chief ministers came to me and the chief ministers sent their officers. I allowed the officers to come here. They had free access to my secretariat. You see, Mr. Modi, he came to me. All the state governments have given me checks for my relief fund. Now, he did express a desire that he could send a helicopter to bring out the people stranded of his state. I said, you cannot send a chopper where people are stranded in thousands and you ask them that people from a particular state can use this chopper. I said, that will lead to a lot of problem. And he understood it. He didn't press on it. So this is all
So it never happened.
It's a cock and bull story.
It never happened.
It never happened. It could not have happened.
Yeah, we were wondering how he could spot 15,000 Gujaratis.
It could not have happened. I don't know how this news came, and it is. People know that it cannot be true, and it is not true.
On another note, Rahul Gandhi, who descended a week later, as he was busy away in Europe for his birthday bash or whatever, as a prime ministerial potential candidate, shouldn't he have cut short his trip and stood by you during these very, very trying and testing times?
You see, the Congress party, he represents the Congress party. I also represent the Congress party. The Prime Minister and the Congress President both came to this state, and they flew in a very, very rough and tough weather, and they had an aerial survey, and they extended their aid and help to the state. We were not allowing any leader to land at the helipads. The BJP President, Mr. Rajnath Singh, had an aerial survey. Even the Home Minister, Mr. Shinde, was not allowed to land. Now, Rahul Gandhi, as I know, he would never be a happy person that he doesn't mix with people and doesn't move on the road and just has an aerial survey and go back. The day it was clear that the rescue operations are over in the Kedarnath Valley, the helipads, he could use the helipads. He drove from Dehradun to Gauchar about 200 kilometers, met people on the roadside, and then he used a chopper, and he landed at a particular point, at a particular helipad for 15-20 minutes, when there was no rescue operation being carried out by the Air Force. Now, much hue and cry is being raised. They didn't allow Modi to land. Why did we allow him to land? When Modi ji was here, all these helipads were being used for evacuation, for rescue operations. Even the Home Minister did not land. And if Mr. Rahul Gandhi lands after a few days, when there are no rescue operations, why such a hue and cry?
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Bahuguna, and thank you so much for speaking to ET Now.
Thank you very much for your concern to the state.